DC here. Hi, guys and gals. Well, hope you're well. And it's Monday, and as you all know by now, Monday is Tag Day. Yeah, it's kind of cool up here. I have, as usual, the two tags that I will be doing. The first one will be Jasmine's Monday 5 question tag. Hi there, Jasmine. Hope you're well, and I'll be starting those questions. Just a quick mention, though, is that we have family members coming over from abroad at the end of this week. So I don't know if I'll be doing the next tag on Monday. It might be later on. I might be a tag or two late, but I'll get to them. But just kind of a heads up in case you're wondering. Okay, so let's start. Question one. What questions would you not answer? That's actually a pretty simple one. Anything that's too private, and I probably will answer the same as most people, that would be regarding intimate relations or questions that would go into the my own privacy or the privacy of others. There's limits to, what I would talk about in that respect. And I mean, only by common decency, for one thing, and trust of others, so on. So these type of questions, yes, would not be answered. So depending on how that is, I will not go into that. That's why there's certain tags that I have never even bothered answering. Okay. Question two. Do you have a close friend? I have a few, yes. Some of my close friends are online. Actually, a few, and that I have met. But a close friend around where we are. So if I answered in that respect, person around here, for example. My closest friend is my wife, my family. But if I get out of that circle, so if we get out of the family circle, I would say that I have probably three close friends. One of the persons, or it's a couple, they're rather old and have enough problems on their own that they would be able to talk, but not probably able to act, put it that way. I've got one close friend who's very a practical close friend, that we like to have a drink together every now and then, and a meal and so on. And so, and another one was in a very similar situation. So yeah, I do have a few close friends. And then of course there's what I would call the less close friends, but friends in a way, or I guess you know what I mean in that respect. Question three. Have you ever dealt with an annoying friend? Yeah, a few times actually. I have a few friends that have. One friend had a psychological problem, and became subject to paranoia, and was up to that point was relatively annoying, because he was always asking me to double check on things and stuff like that. Then I had another close friend who was one of my close friends. You see, I'm getting there. Who always likes to, I don't know if I could say second best, because that's not the right word, but who always likes to bring his own proposal if you have something. And that can be quite annoying, because if you want to do something, he will always have a counter proposal. That's almost something that's actually quite Swiss in a way. The idea of the counter proposal and that you come to middle ground. Anyway, yeah, but I've dealt with a few annoying friends, and in the past, I've had a few annoying friends, usually through sometimes annoying through stubbornness, and sometimes annoying just through the way that they react, to their environment. By the way, everybody, if you hear a lot of noise, we're at traffic hour right now, and that would be a vlog on its own. But we have more traffic on our roads ever since they've changed the speed limits around here. But that's not the idea of this tag, is it? Now, question 4: Is there such a thing? Is there such a thing as a perfect relationship? Well, actually, there is no perfect. Well, in us human beings, I'll leave it at that. But so every relationship has to be worked at, and if you say that, if you have to work at something, it's probably not a perfect relationship, but it can be near perfect. Now, I think that the thing about the perfect relationship, how do you define perfect, I suppose? But if you want a carbon copy of yourself, that's probably not a perfect relationship. If you want a complementary copy, not a complimentary copy, a complementary fit to yourself, you're getting pretty close to perfect, I guess, in a way. But no, I don't think there is such a thing as an absolute perfect relationship if we're talking about human beings. And so, yeah, like I say, you have to work at any relationship. That's pretty much my take on it. Now, question 5 and last: do you believe in forgive and not forget? Now, that is a very interesting way of thinking, of seeing things, because if you forgive, that means usually, you can forgive with having reconciliation, and you can not forgive, or you can forgive without having a full reconciliation, which I guess basically means that you don't forget. I would almost go so far as say that nobody will ever forget. But you can live over pain, you can live over a lot of things. Sometimes, actually, you can forgive, but it's better to stay apart, for example. And that means, in a way, you've not forgotten, but you've forgiven. And that can be healthy. Because sometimes, the fact of forgetting means to gloss over facts that had consequences. And facts that have consequences, they should not be forgotten, but they can be forgiven. It's an important distinction, I think, is that we're not meant to forgive. For some people just means to gloss over and forget, or act as if something did not happen. And you can't actually always do that. Depending on what happened, you cannot act as if it did not happen. But if you forgive, you can move forward. That doesn't mean, like I say, that you have forgotten. So there's a big difference. So there's always that question of reconciliation. And then, of course, if we're talking about parties together, or two people, is that you might forgive. Has the other one accepted, reconciled, or are we talking about somebody at fault, and so on? This is much more complex than just saying, can you forgive and not forget? So actually, I was going to say is that I don't think you should forget, but you should move on if it's possible. And how do you move on? Case by case. Yeah. Okay. So that is my complex reply to question number 5. Okay, so that's it. That'll be it. DC signing off. Take care, everybody. Thank you, Jasmine, once again. Hope that you have a great week, and thank you for this tag.